we are on.
You already know it's your boy, the Maniac, and welcome to another episode of 15 Rounds of Boxing, presented to you by Four, 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 Four Corners. You already know. As usual, it's four of us, but setting it off today is myself. I gave my introduction, and of course, to my right here, but to my left there is the heavyweight champ of the world. Mo, my brother.
It's your boy Fight Night Mo, aka Mr. Pitt, Mr. Bearpaw. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, man, my man, Mr. Bearpaw, my brother Fight Night Mo, man. So look, it's just, Uno should be joining us in a bit. We also gonna have, Fight Night X. He works, so he'll be joining us later. But
You never
the
know who
show,
gonna drop by.
yeah, you don't know. So the show must go on, man. So Mo, let's get right to it. Let's get right to the meat and potatoes. Last Tuesday, we had a major event that was headlined by Jake Paul, whatever you want to call him, a gimmick, a circus fighter, a Mickey Mouse fighter, but he's a fighter nonetheless, versus Iron Mike Tyson, man.
Iron Mike.
Yeah, I know, right? That's just crazy. Give me your thoughts, champ. What was your thoughts on that fight in particular, man? And what did you take from it?
I take that no matter how old, uh, how great you are as an athlete, if you're still able to try to perform, people gonna still pay to see you. One thing about Mike, 58? I don't think he
58.
is 58. About to hit the AARP club. Still look fit. Nah, I mean, Mike looks great for 58 years old, man. He's still chiseled up. And I'm like, dang, Mike, 58, bro, you still brolic for 58. So it was good to see him step in the ring one more time, do another ring walk. But after that first round, man, like they say, you can't play boxing. Don't play boxing. And it showed in Mike. And the old saying goes, you can't play Father Time. Yeah, you can't play Father Times. I already knew once I seen the ring walk, I was like, yo, he got a knee brace on. Oh man, that's a bad sign already.
A
Oh
bad
man,
omen.
he had the Patrick Ewing knee brace on. I'm like, oh man, Mike, no, Mike, no. And he only lasted as much as he could last. After that, second round, second, third, yeah, like mid third round, you start seeing him slow down. You start seeing him in the corner breathing heavy, like, yeah, man. But it was just entertainment, man, and that's we people got what they wanted to see. They got to see him walk and make another entrance. As far as him being as a old Mike, no, we ain't get that. We got gassed up a little bit because we thought we was gonna see that because the way he was doing that pad work, but you know
Yeah.
he
And
had a lot of challenges outside the ring. So even though he didn't perform how we wanted to see, I'm still happy to see him still here because after him having the health challenges that did have, it was like, okay, the sport is always going to be there. It's just a sport. The fact that you're still here to live another day for your family, for your loved ones, that's what matters. So, it's Iron Mike, man. What can you say, man?
yeah. No, you're right, man. Look, me on my end, I'm not gonna even um
And that's a
my
fact.
nephew in
That's
the
a fact,
back.
Dollar Bill. A lot of people got to see Mike for the first time in their
Yeah.
lives.
So look, you're right. To my four corners, Dollar Bill. What up, champ? So this is what I say, man. Me personally, I knew from the rip, the sis Jenny, what's going on. I already knew this what it was, man. I told people there's no way Jake Paul was going to lose this fight,
You
right?
did say that.
He's the money man. You
Money
can't stop the bank right now. So I'm just happy that Mike got another nice payday.
Yes.
I can never be mad at Mike, for that, but also take into account, right? People like, oh, but nah, it was it was a real fight as far as being sanctioned as a real fight.
Right,
But
exactly.
Mo, 2 minute rounds,
14-ounce glove.
14-ounce gloves. It's a circus, bro. Come on, let's call it like it is. But again, people got caught with the name Mike Tyson,
That's what
and
it
they
was.
thinking 1990 Mike Tyson. It's like right now, Mo. If they, how many people tune in if they Michael Jordan say, "Yo, listen, I'm making my debut next Friday." You
For
know
the
the
Knicks.
the viewers,
For the
the
Knicks.
views, whoever he's gonna debut with is gonna tune in to see. Oh, that's Mike drop 4 points,
They're
and
gonna
people
do
gonna,
it.
so
They're gonna do it.
that was that, man. That's all I gotta say.
That's
I'm
like
not gonna
Derek
really.
Jeter saying he gonna put cleats on again. Yo, imagine that. It's over.
Yeah, we
So,
not on that, man.
but
So, that was the main event, right? But I think us hardcore fans, right? There was a fight we were all anticipating, a fight that we knew was going to exceed expectations because the first fight did, was the
yeah.
Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. Mo, again, my brother, I'll let you cook first, and then my brother Uno. Always a pleasure. Good to see you.
Oh no, what's up, brother?
Yo, yo,
Listen,
yo.
What was
listen.
your thoughts, man, on the Amanda Serrano Katie Taylor rematch, and did it exceed expectation?
Yeah, I just looked at the numbers earlier today. They for their fight alone, not what happened with Mike and Jake. Their fight alone had over 50 million views streaming. Just the co-main event. Did they put? Listen, if you didn't watch the first fight, people who say they know watch boxing, go back and watch the first fight. It explains a lot for this duo, the number two. They put on. They put on, they put on, they put on. The second fight, though, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm non-biased here. Amanda was getting in that ass. Amanda was giving Katie a lot of trouble. And as we know, Katie is starting to decline her age. She's up in age now. She's about 36, I believe, going to be 37. She's older. It, we saw certain things with Katie Taylor with her speed, her power. Certain things are starting to slow down when she fought Cameron. When
Yeah,
she went up and fought Cameron and tried to win in that weight class. I believe that was a weight, one or two weight classes she moved up. And she saw the challenges there. We saw it with this fight versus Amanda. Amanda is a great power puncher. She's, how can I say, Amanda reminds me of a, a, a female version of Bam Bam. Small, powerful. They don't expect people that size to do what they do, especially her being a small weight class and a woman. She puts out a lot of punches, has a lot of power, and she puts in that work. And you're gonna know you was in a fight with her when it's all said and done. And Amanda was giving Katie problems, the counter punching, the movement straight off the rip, counter punching, changing angles. And what happened? They had no game plan for her. So guess what they did? They turned this into MMA/soccer. Headbutt Central. She turned into Katie the Juggernaut Taylor because all she did was use that headbutt. And it was disappointing to see because I like Katie. Those are two of my favorite female fighters in the female divisions. I like Katie Taylor and I like Amanda from their resume or the work that they put in. They're both great female fighters, but I was very, very disappointed in the performance that Katie Taylor put out, and it's sad to see that she used that type of strategy, her and her corner, to take Amanda out. And guess what, Amanda? Shout out to the Boricuas, shout out to the Boris, because she's a freaking warrior. Had the cut, a nasty cut. I don't even know if some men would have been able to finish that fight. And she stood 10 toes down, moved forward, and said, "Don't stop it. I'm gonna keep riding out." And she still put on a hell of a performance. And all the way to the last final bell, she was letting them hands go. And you can't ask for nothing better from a fighter like that. Who is the smaller fighter, people? She is a smaller fighter than Katie Taylor. I think she moved up two or three weight classes. She moved up three weight classes to fight Katie Taylor and still put on a hell of a performance. So shout out to her. Great fight, Amanda. You was robbed. You deserved it. You should have been the new champion. And I'm leaving it like that. Uno, you go, bro.
Yo, yeah, no. First off, what up to the bros?
What's
Uh,
going on, champ?
yeah, the shit, chilling. Yeah, the fight was crazy, man. The fight was crazy. I don't really do the analytics as much. You know what I'm saying? I don't really get too far into it until maybe later on when they talk about the gate or where it lands historically. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about in the moment, watching the fight, being in the environment, and it was old school, man, because it was like it was one of those fight nights where you knew everybody was home watching the fight though. Like you knew everybody was, you know what I'm saying? You could drive if you was in a cab going through the hoods, you see niggas outside with the TVs outside. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those nights. You feel
With the
me? So
projection on the wall.
yeah, it was definitely an event. And shout to the ladies, man. They did it once again. They did it once again, man. And it's kind of crazy to think it could get any crazier than the first one, but shit was crazier than the first one.
You didn't think
And
that was
controversy has to do with it. Controversy has to do with it. But I gotta put an S on that.
there
Head
you
butt.
go. There
Plural.
you go. I was
It's
gonna say
plural.
Nah, man.
It's
plural.
plural.
Um,
But
yeah, it was plural. It was definitely plural. What I will say though, what I will say is, um, he said Bam, and I can't give a Bam. I can't give a Bam. Bam is. I understand what you're saying, but this is what I'm gonna give her. She is the female Jack Catterall. They damn near fight the same. Like when it's they get rough and rugged. They ready to go rugby
Dirty.
style when the
Gritty.
time comes. Yeah, Katie. Yeah, she gets all rugby shit. You know what I'm saying? That's Ireland. Whatever. But I don't necessarily think. I think that the first one. I think the headbutt that really caused the shit. The cut was a little accident. I think the first one was definitely an accident, and like in the replay they showed them they both was coming forward at the same time.
Right.
And southpaws, orthodox, it happens a
yeah,
lot.
that
Whatever.
happened. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one, yeah, the initial one that caused the cut. Nah, I'm not gonna. That's accident. But dogs, when when the fight was going on, yo, dog, she was hitting Amanda with the Victor Ortiz, B. She was hitting her with the Victor Ortiz. She was
What he
going up
told
under the
Mayweather?
chin. Yo, she was going up under the chin and then like ever so slightly. You know what I'm saying? And and with the females with the hair, she rubbing the hair into the fucking cut with the it was getting real gritty in there. Now, what I will say is this, you know what I'm saying? We do gotta admit, these is two veterans here. You know what I'm saying? These are two veterans, they know the tricks of the trade. And in boxing, all veterans have their tactics that are used in certain moments of, pressure or, whatever situation may be. I will say, Amanda is Amanda. She's a Terminator, right? But in that termination, sometimes it's all like all offense. It's like fuck a bob and weave. Fuck, like nigga, you hit me, bitch. I'm hitting you right back. You know what I mean? And it's great for action, but there was a lot of times where she made it easy to be hit.
Yeah.
And I think in those moments where she was on her Terminator shit is where Katie got her 1, 2, 3s off real quick. You know, Amanda coming after her. Katie would get her 1, 2, 3 combos off, and she was able to sit down on them because she knew Amanda's coming. So you know those 1, 2, 3s that she would get off in between Amanda's flurries look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Looked like she was rocking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a bigger fighter, and it just looked more impactful. You know what I mean? So with the judges, it's like you never really know what these fucking guys want, what they go with, and all that shit. With that being said, I still gave it to Amanda. And I just don't know how to, where it goes from here. I don't know, but it's just funny to me because I was watching some Roy Jones shit earlier. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go back to y'all with this. And he was talking about the fight, and he brought up Amanda in the first fight and felt like she won, right? And she was in her house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't get the edge, right? And
Mhm.
so now coming into this fight, he was like on some shit like he couldn't see any way that Amanda could win if Katie already won in her house, and now they're coming to a neutral site. Then he was like, that's on your promotional team. And I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
And I did
Wow.
think about that night too. It's like, because I kind of felt like with the way the shit went down with Mike and this nigga, and then the fight before that, where it almost felt like a robbery. Almost felt like it's hard to say it definitively is, but it feels more like it than the first one.
Yeah.
It's almost on some. It felt sacrificial. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, y'all getting your biggest payday, and but Amanda, you're not leaving with the titles tonight. You know what I'm saying? And that's 2 times in a row, and that's under her promotional banner. You feel me? So that was something Roy Jones brought up that made me start thinking about whatever. But shout out to both of the ladies. They put on once again. Outstanding fight. Nothing but fucking action, start to finish. And they're gonna do it again. So
Right. I ain't never see Eddie Hearn celebrate so much in my life how he did after that victory and announcement. Like
Yeah.
he
I
was
don't think really anyone in the building felt Katie won that fight, right? So even when they show the Irish fans, they even look kind of surprised. Now
yeah,
I would say this, right? To me, it was a close,
shout out to Philly.
definitive Philly to Detroit. That's Geo. That should be Geo. So when we look at the fight, right? You have 2 great fighters, like you mentioned. The first fight, close fight. I was okay with Katie getting the decision. I knew it could have gone either way. Cool. People were yelling robbery. I said, nah, that wasn't a robbery. Now, fast forward to the rematch. Amanda, first of all, let's take into account, right? You know the saying, men lie, women lie, but what doesn't lie?
numbers.
Amanda broke a CompuBox record for for punches landed in a female fight. One, she landed 107 more punches than Katie. She
Yep.
was the aggressor the whole time. She landed the harder punches. And Katie got a point deducted. And she still
Word.
lost unanimously.
Still,
It's no
that's crazy, right?
unanimously.
That's crazy.
Bro, I don't know what to
I
say,
don't get
bro.
it.
I don't know
Sacrificial
what to
lamb,
say.
man.
And
I'm trying to
and
tell
on
you.
top of that, her landing percentage was higher than her, and her punch percentage was
And,
higher
and
than her.
and on top of that, look, we know they get the bag when they in there. They make magic. You know what you're gonna get. Beautiful. I mean, another fight of the year candidate. But this is what I'm gonna say as well, right? Amanda, if they're gonna fight for the 3rd time, you know where that fight gonna be at.
Ireland
Ireland,
So she's gonna need to literally kill Katie
knock her out.
Taylor just to get a
got to
draw.
be a knockout.
Just to get a
Like
draw. No, she
not
might not even get the win off a knockout. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm being sarcastic, but it's not gonna happen, bro. It's just if I'm Katie Taylor, I mean, if I'm Amanda, honestly, I don't
I won't,
take it, bro.
I won't even want it again.
I don't take it because it's like for what? Now I gotta go over there, fight another hard-earned fight, and then you're gonna take it from me. And mind you, we saw Katie Taylor not lose not too long ago to Chantel Cameron. And Amanda looked better in doing that than Chantel did.
Yeah.
But it is, yo,
Right.
Clarence McLean. But let me ask you fellas this. Right, I think it was across the board. We had Amanda winning. What is next for both women? Put on your promoter cap. If you're the promoter, if you're MVP, what are we doing next? Well, sit down. Stop moving.
Hmm.
Lay down.
Uno, you go,
Coming out
man.
with my
Thinking on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I honestly, that shit kind of messed it up because it's like the way Amanda lost and the controversy behind it is right. It's like it kind of takes away maybe her motivation to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
In the same sense, they both up there in age, and the bag would probably be even bigger the next fight.
Right.
You know what
That's
I mean? So it's like even watching their face offs, their press conferences. They kind of feel that they're the best dance partners for each other. They're gonna get the most money together. I mean, I don't really see it going any other way but that. You know what I mean? It's like plus Katie's undisputed, so I mean Amanda would she would go back down and fight somebody else because that at this
Alicia.
stage in her
Alicia.
career,
Alicia Bumgarner. I like that fight.
well, Katie's
yeah,
still
yeah,
Katie's still undisputed, and
yeah,
so is Amanda. So
yeah,
I mean,
but that
Amanda.
Amanda got to go back down.
Well, yeah, back to her weight class and fight in her class.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean that would be cool. That would be cool. I mean, I think maybe a fight in between, in between them fighting again. You know what I mean? Maybe let them get at it, let them get at somebody else in their weight class, or for now, and maybe build that third fight back up. I don't know, but yeah, maybe Alicia. But I know that at their age, they don't have a lot more fights to go. I don't think. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I know it's definitely gonna have to do with the bag. The bag is gonna have to be nice. Um, So I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to seeing whatever they do decide to do. I think they're gonna both gonna take a nice little break after this fight anyway. So we'll have time to figure it out. But yeah, I'm not really definitive on which way I want them to go. I think Amanda would probably just go back down, defend her belts against maybe Alicia or somebody else this time around. Katie will defend her belts against somebody else this time around, and then after that fight, Trilogy and Ireland.
Right. That's I can see the point. Katie definitely has to go back and she's gonna defend her title. But I think with her and with Amanda, whoever they go against, it's got to be a name. It can't just be a dull person because the people are gonna want to see. Because like you said, they're at an age now, especially with Amanda fighting the amount of fights that she's fought. She's at 50 plus fights in now. So
Yeah.
she's well seasoned, and after a while, you just want to end up like going out. Your body could do but so much doing the weight cuts and the physical abuse that it takes. So like she's probably gonna start getting to a verge of like, all right, being calculated. Her team has to calculate everything. Like, okay, she has this amount of fights. She's at this age. Everything now is what we're gonna do. That's gonna be drawing people to watch fights and what names we can get that's going to be attractive for us to get the bag and get people to watch the fights. And that's what it comes down to. And for both of them, that's what their game plan should be. What fights could they get to get the good bag to get the bag, and who is worthy enough in their weight classes to make a good fight. Um, I honestly, I think this second fight left a bad taste in people's mouth as far as boxing goes and how they felt that Amanda was robbed. I know I would like to see a part three as a fight fan, but honestly, if I was Amanda, I wouldn't even want to do it just because on the sense I'm thinking like the discipline she had to put her body through. Remember, this fight got canceled, so she was ready to go during the first go round. Now you got to wait another 3 to 5 months for the second go round. So she went a good 7 to 8 months being disciplined, staying in weight, staying conditioned, sparring, training to have this turnout happen. And then you're telling me, all right, I got to get myself healed. I got to get my eye healed. I got to pass the boxing commission. Then I got to put myself through this training all over again and then possibly have another turnout like that. And if I go across the pond and I'm going to Ireland to do this again, hell no. That's a big question mark. If she's going to do it, they got to throw the bag at her. And I wouldn't be mad. We got to talk about something like historic for women boxing, if that's the case. So that's how I think about it. You know, shout out to both ladies. The future's theirs, and they're both champions, so they dictate their future. But I
Yeah.
wish Amanda a healthy recovery and get back when you're ready, champ.
Yeah, definitely, man. I see we got a couple of Johnny. What's going on, my brother? The hangout spot, my
Johnny
brother.
was good.
What's up,
Always
Johnny?
doing this thing, man. 40 Central, 40.
Yeah.
You know, I see who we boxings. Anthony Wall. Shout to you, champ. So let's see, man.
I got a question.
Let me see. Question: what does Michaela fit in? I know Michaela's a welterweight, right? So that Amanda. Well, I mean, that's more realistic, maybe for Katie Taylor fighting Michaela Mayer, which I think she might be too small anyway. But maybe they could fight at a catch weight, 144. And I think that'll be a good fight. Katie Taylor, Michaela Mayer. Michaela Mayer might want to get her get back against Alicia Baumgartner. That was
Mm-hmm.
a hell of a fight. That first fight could have gone either way. So a rematch between them two, I don't think nobody's gonna say no to that fight. So it's Michaela Mayer has some options. The Sandy Ryan fight was a hell of a
That
fight.
was a hell of a fight.
It was explosive, and I don't think no one is gonna argue about a rematch if it gets signed. So, yeah, Clarence, to answer your question, man, Michaela has options. She really
Yes.
does, man.
Speaking
But
of women's boxing, Maniac, I'm not sure if you guys seen Franchelle Cruz Instagram. She put up a nice acknowledgement with her fighting the GOAT, Clarissa Shields, the first time. She said she wanted to get back. She said, let's do it. Number
okay,
2. So she said she open to it. Fight Night X. What's
let's
up?
do it.
Yo,
Let's do it, man.
it
Yo,
is.
Fight Night Eki. So, gentlemen, on to the next topic. The numbers. They broke viewership records, shattered.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on why MVP was able to accomplish, through their marketing, through their viewership, and what grade do you give Netflix? On
Netflix.
on their production.
Netflix gets I give Netflix an A for as far as the promotion. First time doing it like that. Shout out to MVP. They did a great job with it. And like I say all the time, great fights you got to have the right dance partner. And Jake had the right dance partner. These numbers would have not had done anything like that without the name Iron Mike, you know. And because like we said earlier, it's the name. You got legends of a sport, and if they're gonna come back out of retirement and put on, look, people are gonna watch and they're gonna be entertained. They want to be entertained. That's the name of the game. But to piggyback off that, just gonna read some stats. The average ticket price was $304. They made 123% increase in sales. The average ticket price when Canelo fought Billy Joe Saunders was $136. They sold 18.1 million at the gate, and it was estimated that it was over 60 plus million views on the Netflix app. And AT&T Stadium, Jerry's World, over 72,300 in attendance. That's a lot of fans to
A
see
lot of money.
the GOAT, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, Iron Mike. Like I say, man, it all makes sense with the dance partner. The dance partner matters. That's why we need to get these type of fights and the active fighters. Not saying that this fight this fight was pretty much an entertainment. It wasn't a real active fight. What I mean in boxing, where you got champions and active names that are constantly fighting, you know. But listen, we need these type of names. We need these type of fights. The best fighting the best, name fighting the names, because you can get butts and seats if you put the right people in it. And it starts with promoters, it starts with fighters. Get your egos out the way, get your emotions out the way, do business, do it properly, do it right, and do it for the people, man. Plain and
Yeah,
simple.
no, definitely. Let's just get real before we get into Uno and X, what they thought about it. Let's just real quick in the chat. Mo, big facts, Mo, the blunt truth. Shout to you, champ. Johnny, salute to the females who once again brought the building down on Friday. Serrano 2, the blunt truth again. Netflix stocks going up in price, crazy too.
Yeah.
All-time highs. Yesterday's price is not today's
Today's
price.
price.
And the
Yesterday's
fact shows
price
what
is not today's price.
That's
Ah,
that's a
Netflix got
fact.
an A until shit started buffering. They get a giant F after that.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie with that one. They
yeah,
right.
we was that
Buffer.
buffering sucked. But anyway, listen, man. Uno X, your thoughts, man, on what Netflix and MVP, man, were able to accomplish on Friday as far as viewership, as far as generating money. Is this gonna open doors for other streaming services to say, yo, listen, if they could do that, I want to get down. We already see Amazon Prime already there. Now we got Netflix. Who's next?
go ahead, Uno.
Yeah, shout to Netflix, shout to MVP. I mean,
Yo, yo.
when it shit
You hear
happened,
me?
yeah.
Hello.
X, you got something?
Y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Yeah,
I'm in the fucking basement over here. My service is in and out. You want to go in or I'm gonna go in?
yeah, go.
Netflix, man. Netflix did the damn thing, bro. Netflix did the damn thing. MVP did the damn thing. Aside from the fact that the main event wasn't like you said, Mo. It wasn't no championship fight between two current superstars in the sport. The attraction, the entertainment of it, um, did what it had to do. I'm Mike and Jake the Gate Paul. You hear me? He goes by Jake the Gate Paul now.
Yo,
Every
X, how you feel
arena.
about him surpassing your boy?
Shout to you, the blunt truth. Much love to you
Yo,
too.
listen, it's good. This is good for boxing. It's always good because all the eyes that everybody else, that's one thing about Jake Paul. People be like this, that, and the third. He ain't a real fighter and all this other hot shit, but the eyes that he puts on all the other real fighters, right? That fucking Ramos and Barrios fight, that's what fight fans come to see.
Ooh.
That's what we want. That's what fight fans come to see when they step in the ring, when they step in the arena. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. We knew what we was getting there, and sure enough, that's exactly what we got. Shu, you know what I'm saying? A
Oh,
Brooklyn native, Mike say, yo, put my little man on the card. You know what I'm saying? And that's PBC fighters. That's top ranked fighters.
mixed it
That's
all up.
that's matchroom fighters. That's MVP fighters. All of them coming together on one card under MVP Promotions and Netflix. Netflix, I would love to see more of them involved. I don't know how deep they're gonna get into the boxing world, you know what I'm saying? Because the entertainment and the attraction, the headline that was behind this did you know that did what it did. And Jake Paul, every time he steps in the ring, people say what they want to say, but every time he steps in the ring, Puerto Rico, Dallas, Texas, Ohio,
Tampa.
Tampa, Orlando, wherever he fights, they show up. If you build it, they will come. And they come out and they sell out, and there's a record every time he steps into an arena, man. You know? I can't wait for him to get here to New York City, Barclay or MSG, wherever it's at. Jake,
Listen, I
Jake
got
the
a
Gate.
I
Let's
got a
go,
new
baby.
I got a newfound respect for Jake Paul after watching what he did with Mike, because we all know he could have put Mike out. He could have did damage to Mike. But the respect and the sportsmanship and the gratitude, because let's be honest, he Mike didn't have to take this fight. Like Mike said, I don't care about legacy. What's a legacy?
His legacy is set a long time ago.
Exactly. Jake was blessed to say I got in the ring with Iron Mike Tyson, who's someone he respects heavily, who's a friend of his, who gives him advice about business and life. So I respected what he did, because he could have took him out, and he was like, "No, I'm gonna let this legend, this boxing legend, can still have the dignity and still continue on with his great uh how could I say it? I didn't want to say legacy, his ongoing respect of the sport to the new and the old fans. So shout out to Jake for that, because people was like, take him out, and he was like, nah, I didn't want to do it. And what would he have gained from that? He's already hated by a lot of people. Imagine him dropping Mike. Oh, it would have been over. It would have been over.
Yeah, they would
He
have
would have
really tried to kill him. They would have really been trying to
Yo,
kill him.
it would have been. It would have. Yo, Dallas. He wouldn't have probably made it out of AT&T. So shout out to him, and like, listen, man, he's putting people on. Love him or
Says a
hate him,
lot.
love him or hate him. Jake puts people on. Amanda, he put on. Shadeja Green, he put on. Everyone under his promotion card, he put on. People you probably would have never even got a chance at other promotion companies, and he's giving them the spotlight to use their talents and excel, and giving them money to support their families and have a livelihood. So shout out to Jake Paul for that. Love him or hate him, hey, he's doing the damn thing, and he's giving people jobs. Period.
Says a lot. Says a lot about Mike too, who in the 90s is the original $30 million fighter. You know what I'm saying? Mike was doing that back in the 90s, where fighters have begun to do that today. And at 58 years old, you still got to give Mike 20 mil to come out and fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The
wow, because even the Roy Jones fight, they gave him like 15, 20 mil for that night as well, you know?
name
Like
ain't cheap, X. The name ain't cheap.
20 mil and better, you heard?
Mr. 20 million better, just for the name.
Real talk.
But yeah, Maniac, what's up? Talk to us.
Let me ask you guys this. Now, again, let's call it like it is, right? Technically, Jake Paul is a prospect, right? Based on his record, based on who he fought.
Hmm.
When do we say enough is enough? We want him again. We're not telling him he's a cruiserweight, but this fight was a heavyweight. We're not telling Jay to fight the Jai Opataz. We're not telling him to fight the Gilberto Ramirez at cruiserweight, because he's still technically, like I said, a prospect. So he should be treated like that. When do us as fans say, all right, you know what, Jake, enough is enough? When you're gonna start fighting guys close to your level, right? Because if I want to take you serious. It's hard. One fight is like, okay, good. This guy's a professional. Yeah, he's a lower tier professional, but still a professional. Then you give us a Mike Tyson. Then, we're going to go into a Nate Diaz. Like, listen,
I don't
I'm
think
okay for
I,
it. It helps the boxing views, but they got to come a point, guys, where we got to say, yo, because if that was any other prospect going through why Jake, we'd be frying him. Imagine a prospect. Imagine David. Well, he's not a prospect, but imagine one of these current heavyweights talking about, "I want to fight Holyfield next." We'll rip him to shreds.
Right. But you know
Yeah,
what,
but
Maniac? I'm
Jake,
gonna say this. Even though we say that, right? Like I said, it takes takes two to tango. He can call out as many people as he want, but it's up to those people to say, you know what? I'm gonna face you, Jake. We just had which they're saying it might not be true. They said that someone controlled his account on Instagram. Better be. They said better be, but I don't know how true that was because they're
Bro,
saying that the words he said wasn't accurate. But anyway, it comes down to he can call them out all they want and say he want this and that one, but are they willing to step in the ring with him? And I'm gonna be honest, I think professional fighters, and I'm gonna say it again, professional fighters, guys who are active, constantly fighting, they take Jake as a joke in the sport.
yeah.
They're not gonna waste their time on getting in the ring with him unless it's a bag. And as we saw, what Mike just got moving forward, Mike just got 20 million. If we get a guy, let's say, like a Better Beef, right? Better Beef say he'll fight him. Is he gonna want 15, 20 million, 10 million in order to take a fight like that? I think guys are gonna be like, look, I got a name. You want to get more historical or bigger names under your resume, make it worth my while with the dollar signs. And that's what's going to end up happening with some of these guys. Moving forward, I don't think we're going to get any real fighters that are going to want to go in the ring with Jake as of right now, from what I'm seeing. You know, I don't think we're going to get any names like that unless we get somebody like Floyd who wants to say, you know what, I'll go in the ring with you. That does like exhibitions, or Roy Jones. I don't think we're gonna get anybody outside of that, like those older guys. And it's
No,
sad to say. It's sad to
no,
say because nobody wants to step up to it.
no. I know what I know. More people do, but the problem is Jay gonna do that? You understand?
yeah,
Because
He
he
got to
gonna
yeah.
put his money where his mouth is, literally this time. You know what I'm
I
saying? So
don't
I
think
feel
I
you.
don't think we have any I don't think we have any say anymore on this. You know, like Jake has become as big as he's become without having to step in the ring against an official fighter. I mean, he did fight Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is an official fighter. That's the closest to his level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Jake, we don't have any say. We don't have, we can say all we want to say, but it
Right.
doesn't matter anymore. It hasn't mattered. And you know what I'm saying? And that's why he continues to move and the moves that he's making because he got everything he needs in order to not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
And
Whether
people are
he
still
fights
buying
somebody
it.
official or not. Yeah, he's
And
still
people
gonna do
still
what he
fighting
does,
it.
and we still gonna talk about him, and we
yeah.
still gonna be like, yo,
But,
when
but
is this guy really gonna do something?
yeah,
But
but are
it
we gonna
doesn't matter.
respect it as a but then we can't give him credit as a fighter, then you can't give him both. You can't say, well, I
I
respect
mean, I
him as a
mean,
fighter. Nah. Then
check,
if
check.
he's gonna fight these fights where they gimmies and they're gimmicks. I get it. He's a
They
businessman.
are.
I understand all that. I know people gonna watch. I understand that. I'm not talking about the business part of this. I'm talking
It's that
about
that's what it is all about though right now,
all
Maniac.
right.
It
So
doesn't
then if he gets
the sport
criticized
doesn't
as a
matter.
fighter, people can't be mad. You can't be
No,
mad when criticized.
people mad or happy is all he cares about. He doesn't care. Boxing doesn't care if we're gonna be here talking about we respect him or we don't respect him. They respect 18 million at the gate, bro. That's what they respect. That's all that really at the end of the day, that's what matters to these guys
And
putting this on. That's what mattered to Netflix. There would
right.
be no Netflix covering boxing
And
if
you know,
Jake didn't do what he just did and bring Mike out. And yeah, well, okay, Dan, that's fucked up. He's fighting an old ass man, but guess what?
they watch.
60 million views in America, a hundred plus across the globe.
And
Like
on top of
that,
that, they said they had
that's
people
what
attend
matters to
the
them.
fight. People who attended the fight all the way from Brazil, Spain, Ireland, UK, the
And
United
these are the same
Saudi
people
Arabia.
that diss him and have been dissing the fact that, oh, he's fighting, this is crazy. How's he gonna fight a 60-year-old Mike? Those are the same ninjas in attendance.
You
All
know
the
what?
fighters. You seen it, Clarissa, everybody, Sugar Ray
Everybody was there.
Leonard, everybody that criticized had a front row seat though. You know what I'm saying? So
Shaq,
that's
everybody.
where everybody else contradicts himself. Because guess what? If we're not gonna respect it, then we're not gonna show up.
You
We're
know
not gonna
what?
watch.
It
But everybody did.
with Jake, it comes down to this. This is why I say he's very smart at using marketing. He learned to use his own. His formula is, I know I'm a villain. People hate me. They don't like me. I'm gonna use that as my script. So his script is be the bad guy. Whether you like me
Mm-hmm.
or hate me, you're gonna pay to see me. And who was the last one that's like that? Floyd. Like or hate, people gonna
Yeah,
pay to see.
yeah.
And I'm
No,
not
but
saying he's a Floyd Mayweather people. I'm saying in the sense of him being disliked,
Marketing.
being a villain, and his using that marketing to put asses seats and break historical records. And you can't knock him for that. He found his niche and he's going with it until the wheels fall off.
yeah, but
Maniac.
it's
Let
gonna
me
come.
let me ask you this real quick, Maniac.
Yeah,
Right? When a fighter is first making his debut and he's coming up, and this is something that Ox said. So and
yeah,
he made a good point with it, and I
yeah,
have to I had to give him his credit with it. When a fighter's coming up and they putting you in the ring with the hot dog stand man, right? They putting you in with a ninja that's fucking 3-17, right? Like those guys is like, oh, you know what I'm saying? When is he gonna start fighting real fighters? Oh, this ninja's been fighting bums. You know, Keyshawn, we was dissing recently that they brought Jose Pedraza out the grave for him. You know what I'm saying? Jake hasn't been fighting official fighters, but he's been fighting other combat fighters. You know, like he's fought Tyrone, who's an athlete himself, who comes from a combat sport. Anderson Silva, who has a boxing career, kickboxing career, MMA career. You know, like, and he fought Tommy Fury. So he might not be fighting official boxers. You know what I'm saying? He's not fighting guys that are fucking. He's not fighting Nate Robinsons. You know what I'm saying? Over and over. He's fighting other combat fighters in which he makes entertainment. That's what Jake Paul does, and I
no, we
don't think
know.
he's leaving that.
I
I don't think he's leaving that joint, and fighters do want everybody's calling for it now. Everybody, you know, they're saying there's better be. Chad Dawson is like, I'm not Chad Dawson, excuse me. Antonio Tarver is like, hey, if you can fight Mike, you can fight me. I'll come out of retirement for it. Like everybody wants that paper now. You
Uno,
know what I'm
what's your
saying?
take?
yeah, Uno, go ahead, Uno. Uno's been there
I
twice.
mean, nah, I mean, because like I said, I don't really get into the numbers and all that. I mean, shout out to the numbers, but like Mo was saying, is what's the possibility of them doing this again with anybody else but Mike? It's like it's not happening again that way, bro. The numbers is like
After big,
this is probably the highest he's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a high number, but the name that he drew in this time around is the biggest name that he could get. Even if he was to fight a nigga that's a real fighter, it's not gonna be what Mike Tyson numbers is, man. It's not
Floyd,
gonna matter. You know what I mean?
Floyd, Uno,
So, huh?
Floyd.
I
Eh,
still don't think. You know, Floyd's my guy, but Floyd's technically been
It might not
active.
be as big as this, but he goes back to the top again with a big because they already got the history that they got. Floyd fought his brother.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel you, but even with that, I mean, that's the thing that. So it's like even with Maniac saying, I understand what Maniac is saying. Yo, when do we hold them accountable? Like it's up to Jake, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Because the bag is not gonna get any bigger, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Uh, it'll only be the only thing
Don't
that'll
doubt that
go.
bag. Don't doubt that
It's
bag
not,
getting
yo, it's
bigger. This
not
is Jake's
happening
again.
again. It's not. It's not happening again, bro. It's not
Is
happening again. Tyson and Serrano, Taylor too. Nah, bro. It's not happening again. That's
is
like maybe Canelo. if he
That's
actually
it.
gets it.
That's it.
Maybe
that's
Canelo
that.
if he gets it,
That's it.
and even with the Canelo shit, he still would need the if he has Amanda on there, good co-main event, good card. I can see that Canelo, but
He's always gonna give us a good card.
then that's the thing. The Canelo shit is fighting a real nigga, and I
Yeah.
don't think that he's gonna. I don't know. I'm not saying
No,
Jake's
he
not with the
wants that
smoke.
one.
I'm not
He'll
saying he's
fight. He'll
not with
fight
the smoke,
Canelo.
but Canelo don't care to fight this nigga. So
Yeah, but
There
this is
you
what I'm
go.
saying. Yeah, look, that's my whole point, right? Again, I got no drama with Jake Paul. I like what he's doing. He's a businessman. I'm okay with the gimmicks here and there. Okay, cool. I get it. I get you. I get what you're saying. Ak was saying, and he used the Chavez reference. Oh, he's trying to go too hard for no reason. Listen, ain't nobody fought no 2-minute rounds. None of these legends with 14-ounce gloves. They brought a 58-year-old legend. So he didn't bring that part up. What he did with Mike. Come on, man. There's no prospect does that. Let's call it like it is. So the reason he was able to do that, right? Because Jakes has all eyes on him, right? Because let's take into account, and it's not about Jake is a Caucasian fighter, right? They don't have no fighter in boxing. This is why majority of the Caucasian crowd is watching which combat sport? MMA. MMA. Just about every Caucasian person watch MMA because they can relate more. There's more people. What was it that you said? Uno complexion for the what?
complexion for the connection, man.
There you go. There you go. My man, make sure another 4 corners banger. Bang. Complexion for the connection, bro. Let's be real. Because if he was anything else, I don't think it'd be that big. Right. So I mean, shout to him again. I want to be clear. I don't want people to think, oh, Maniac hating on Jake. No, I'm not hating on him. I love what they
No,
did
you're not
because
hating.
that
Johnny
brings
said
eyes.
you
I'm
hating.
talking me
Johnny
as a
said you
whole.
hating.
We have to call him.
Johnny said you
Nah,
hating.
Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny, call him out, Johnny.
What we do here on 15 rounds of boxing, we
You
fair
gotta keep
call
it a
the
buck.
butt.
Yeah,
Keep
across
it
the
a buck,
board,
bro. It don't
man.
matter who it is. It don't matter what money you bringing in. We after a while, it's like, yo, enough is enough, bro. All right, we get it. You got to
There's
do
nothing.
something
There's
different.
nothing we can do about it,
No, I'm not
Maniac.
saying
Yeah.
that. I'm not.
We
We
can
know that goes
criticize
for
it.
any
I know
fighter.
you. I know you fed up with it. You know what I'm saying? But there's
No, I get
nothing.
it. It's the same thing, right? We killed Tank for Lamont Roach, right?
Oh, we
This is
killing
what I'm
them. We
saying.
killing them. We're not saying
No,
that
no,
you're
no.
not
I
killing
know,
them.
but
You're
this
getting
is
at
no
them.
different.
You're
No,
gonna always get at them. My
that's
thing
what I'm
is that
saying. I'm just saying,
let's
yeah,
not
I know
waste
that's
let's
gonna
not waste
change.
energy with killing him because it doesn't matter, bro. Like
No,
the fan,
I'm not
these
going there.
ninjas are
I'm just
sitting
saying.
ringside to watch it, bro.
No, but
They
people, no, what I'm saying is
70,000 people, bro.
we can't get fooled. After a while, you can't get fooled by the magic trick. It's a magic trick.
He's
Oh, it
not
looks
fooling. He's
pretty.
not fooling us, bro. He's
No,
not fooling us. He's just making money.
I know,
This
but
is an
that's what I'm saying.
entertainment
I'm
world.
okay with that, but how can so then it's one or the other. You're saying, you know what? I just respect him making money, not as the fighter. You can't do both. We can't do both. You can't give him credit for being a fighter if he's not willing to go the normal prospect route.
Well,
Right?
I never gave him credit for being a
Yeah,
fighter.
he's not.
To be
He's
honest.
never been.
I gave
He's
him
never
credit for
been.
being a smart businessman.
He
He's an
is.
entertainer.
And
There
using
Yeah.
you go.
exactly. He's an
Give him credit for his
entertainer,
entertainment.
and he uses
Here
his
you go.
The
his
entertainer.
script. He uses his script to
Look,
draw the
here
people
you go.
in.
Look, you know what? I'm gonna hit y'all with one. He's the real Rocky. There you go. Jake
Pound for
Paul.
pound. Pound for
He's
pound.
Nah, don't you dare
Morrison. He's Morrison.
He's Morrison.
R.I.P. R.I.P. He's Morrison, though.
First of all,
That's
his
the
name
new
was Tommy
Morrison.
Gunn. Get it straight.
Tommy Gunn.
Shout
You
out to
heard?
Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, but in real life, it's Morrison, though.
Morrison, yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Morrison. That was my
said-
guy. But he
said
got
you-
it shaking, though.
look,
He
he
got
said
it
you-
shaking, though.
You knock
He
him
used to get
down.
it
Why
shaking.
don't you try knocking me down? My
All right.
rings outside.
So
Yeah.
look, we can move on.
Jake.
Jake versus yo. Listen, bro, he throw me the bag, Johnny. I'll be the
Yeah, you
first
go.
one to be
Yeah,
part of the circus. Give me the red nose. Give me the
yeah.
big red shoes. I'll be the
Good question, Johnny. Good question. That's
throw
the
me, throw
maniac.
me, throw me.
Maniac
Yo,
gonna change that
and
real
look,
quick.
I come at yo. Just give me give me 4 M's, man. I'll be
Nah,
right.
nah. Don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself short. You better double that.
Look, regardless, look, man, successful event. We glad there was good undercards. That's one thing
That
they do.
Barrios fight, man.
The
Whoa.
Barrios, Abel Sanchez in the draw. What a fight. My brother, Fight Night X, he did a green screen on that. You know, my brother X always killing them whenever he put any content out. That was a goodie, man. Some people were
I don't
shitting
want
on
to
that
hear
fight.
that. I don't want to hear that bum talk, man. I don't want to hear
Nah.
that this
No,
suck.
I
I
was
don't want
hearing
to
it,
hear that shit, bro.
Johnny, no. I was on the live. I did a live on Sunday. And
Barrios is
Barrios is a
food.
bum.
Barrios
Johnny, you
this.
was there.
Barrios scraps, bro.
We
Been
were
telling people
Barrios
that for a
respecting it.
scraps. There
We
while.
you
said, yo,
go.
how can
He
y'all call
scraps, bro. I've been telling people that for a while.
facts?
Even after the Tank fight, and we was in Atlanta, we was like, yo,
Yeah, now we showed him that love. We
Barrios,
showed him love.
Barrios
Have
gets
to.
busy, bro. You know, even though he lost that fight, he gained so much respect from people
He
because he
did.
scraps.
Look at Johnny. I had to log off that live. I feel you, brother. No, you can't listen, man. This is the problem with a lot of boxing fans. When they're not a fan of a certain fighter or his style, they quick to he's a bum. He's a bum based on what? Your opinion? You can't be a bum on the opinion. First of all, I don't use that word. That's not a word I like to use to call a fighter. Mario Barrios, whether he's a bum, Barrios is a tough SOB. The dude could box, the dude could bang. Yeah, I'm not calling him the best welterweight.
Shout out to the boxing source. What's
Your
up, my
boxing
brother?
sauce, what up, champ?
Boxing sauce. What it do?
Don't sit here and tell me like Barrios is a walkover. He ain't no pushover, bro.
That's the Aztec warrior, baby.
He's no pushover, man. He's
Listen,
tough.
like the first,
He's a tough dude.
all I was hearing was he's food. Wow, he let this bum dude come in there, and I'm like, he's food. You let this bum like, are you not entertained, right? Are you? That shit was a fucking banger.
That shit was crazy.
What a fight. What a
Great
fight.
fight.
And I didn't expect
How
it to
about
go like
that?
that. But it
How
was
about
good.
people give exactly the point? Why? Because Abel Ramos has been a dude who comes around and he contends, puts up good fights. He ain't beat nobody. But guess what, man? I don't care how
That's a
good
fact.
you
Boxing source, you said it. Two legit champion. He
takes
beat
is one
Ugas
bad night,
clearly.
man. And
He
that can happen
retired all guys.
Yeah,
He
we
gave
ain't
him
see
his
anybody.
paper.
he
He
on
gave
the
him
no
the pink
carton.
slip.
Oh, this guy's a bum. Tyson's a bum. He lost to Buster Douglas. No, bro, he was off. He thought he was that dude, in which he was. And when the sleep is the cousin of death, man.
Copy.
Come
Yeah.
on, dogs.
Those are
Stop
facts.
disrespecting fighters, man. Stop
Yeah, nah.
disrespecting
Out,
fighters, man. Give
out to
fighters
them.
their motherfucking credit. That shit is bloody, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And it's true. If you think he can't compete with Boots, I respect that. But to call him that is just exactly Johnny, 100%.
That's a
I
fight
won't
that I
pick.
would want to see. I
I won't
definitely want to
pick.
see Boots
I won't,
versus
I won't pick Barrios to beat a Boots, but you can't call him a bum. Absolutely not. You
and
can't
that
do
would be
it.
a good fight. That's
Real
a
good
fight
fight.
that I want Boots to
Eh,
fight.
eh, but you see
Him and
when we say
Barrios.
that type of shit, oh, I won't pick Barrios to beat him.
Yeah, but that's
Those
fine.
things.
But X, that
No,
is
no, no.
fine.
No. I'm not complaining about that. I'm listen to where I'm going with it. When
Yeah,
we talk like that, fighters hear this shit, right?
yeah.
Fighters hear this shit. This nigga not fucking with you. He can't do this. And that's where they walk in to the traps of believing the hype. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Barrios isn't better than Boots from what we see on our eyes.
You're right,
But guess
Johnny.
what? Boots walks into that fight thinking, just like we saying, and not coming in with the mindset of no, ninja, this is another opponent in front of me trying to take my food, trying to take my title, and you get beat by a Barrios. And then it's like, oh shit. And is anyone here there to say that Barrios can't beat the Boots?
Of course. He could definitely can.
Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. It
Look
all
at
depends
Liam
on who's
Paro
sleeping and
versus
who's
Will
awake.
Macias.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Paro
Yeah,
versus Macias was a
Subio.
prime example.
Yeah.
Barrios losses to Tank and Thurman. Yeah. Listen, Barrios losses. Listen, that's what I'm saying. He didn't lose to no Mickey Mouse fighter.
And
Bro, he lost to two fighters. Look, Keith Thurman, his only losses to who? One of the greatest fighters in the last 20 years. Pacquiao. That's it. Tank, he still got his donut. So, and
And
you
you know
can't
what?
say nothing.
A lot of people forget, two guys, the whole panel. A lot of people shit on Barrios with that, but yo, his resume is great. He got a solid resume.
Yeah, solid. Let's not
He's
say great, but it's a
it's
solid
solid. It's
resume.
solid.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
fighting the top name guys. He's not. He don't duck the smoke.
No,
He ain't ducking smoke.
that's what I'm
You
saying,
say, yo,
bro.
you line him up, and he say, yo, this is the date.
Fight
He's
it.
signing them. You know what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, he'll be one of them guys that we could say, yo, he didn't duck no smoke. He always gave us 110% in the ring. Hell of a fighter. Two
Yeah.
division champion. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we want in fighters, man. We don't want guys that's gonna duck the smoke.
Yeah. So listen. So
Exactly.
we don't want to moving along. Saturday we had another card. We had the first Riyadh season Latino night. Shout to Turkey Al Sheikh. Now again, the question becomes: should a Latino night be out in Saudi? Should it have been in Mexico? Should that have been in a Latin American country? I mean, you guys could give your thoughts, but regardless, I'm just happy we got another solid call, man. Listen, Oscar Duarte versus Batia Akhmadov. They got it popping from the beginning. The second fight, Oscar Collazo versus CP Freshmo. What a domination. Third fight, Cepeda, Tevin Farmer. What a fight. The co-main event. Now, the co-main event, again, it wasn't as action-packed. It was more of a tactical match. I was okay with it.
Good
Yeah,
boxing.
bro.
Really good boxing.
And then it ended with, of course, Gilberto Ramirez and the unification match against Chris Bellum Smith.
That
Gentlemen,
shit was a banger.
I let y'all go right down the line. What y'all thought
Uno,
of that?
go ahead, Uno.
Now, what a card, man! What an event! And what Maniac said about where it was at, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they was debuting a new venue that they built out there in Saudi Arabia too. So I think that was more strategic because they was just opening that venue. I think that venue is gonna be for like
They opened up the
they
theater. They opened up the theater
yeah
in Saudi
yeah
Arabia.
yeah 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 they got a new venue out there. That's gonna be
That's
the new sports the new sports arena or some shit like that. If I'm not
Complex,
mistaken,
like
for like the
complex, right?
yeah, it's a complex, exactly. So they was in the theater version of they shit out there. So that's why I think they did it out there. That was the grand opening. You know what I'm saying? But I think moving forward, Turkey's smart enough. He knows he's in tune. Turkey's in tune. So he probably heard plenty of whisperings of holding something like that in a Latin continent or Latin country, whatever. You know what I mean? So I think he'll attend to that. As far as the car goes, man, the car was shaking. I ain't gonna lie, the car was shaking. The car was shaking. Collazo, he's the only one that dominated in his fight for the most part. He whipped on homie, whipped on him.
Yo, Uno.
He's showing levels, man. I ain't gonna lie,
Yes.
this guy, yo, Collazo, he's starting to show different
Listen.
levels of like certain niggas should not. And this is the shit I be talking about, man. Yo, it comes to a point where it's like, yo, there's no bums, right? But there are levels. There's tiers of fighters, man.
Levels, yes.
You know what I'm
No
saying?
bums, but
And-
levels.
And there's
Levels.
levels. And if you climbing these levels, if you're going up the ranks, then yes, your competition is gonna get tougher, right? But there comes a point in time where you sit there and say, "Man, listen, you're gonna have to. It's gonna have to be another him in the ring against me. It can't just be another tough fighter. It's not gonna be another dude that been through wars. I salute you and all that, but this is the difference between you and me, my dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Collazo did. As far as the other fights, I think the Gilberto shit was the next one that was the most shaken. The Zapata shit was great
No,
too.
yeah,
Terran
that
Farmer.
was after the
Yeah, yeah. I was just talking about like yeah. The Terran Farmer's Zapata fight was fire. Might have not. I don't want to say exposed, but it might have gave some up and
Somebody,
coming
somebody took
a
notes.
game plan. Niggas better take some game plan from Tevin. You know what I mean? Because he also said in his post-fight conference, when he was in the locker room, he's like, for the young fighters, when you fight a pressure nigga, they don't like to fight off their back foot.
yeah,
Huh,
which
Feel me?
is true.
exactly.
So that's why in that fight he's thrown more punches that he's thrown in the last fight he threw 300 punches more. So Tevin Farmer threw like 400 punches in the fight before that against Murataya, I think it was. And then
Mm-hmm.
in this fight, he knew he had to bring it to Zapata, and he threw 700 punches. So shout out to
Scored,
Kevin Farmer.
scored
You know
the
what I mean?
night.
Wasn't looking like a gatekeeper at all. You know what I
No.
mean? Even though we fuck with him, you know what I mean? He got a lot left in the tank.
A
You know what I
lot.
mean? So shout out to
A lot.
Kevin Farmer. And
He's
then man, the Gilberto. Listen, B, that boy's good. Yo, Ramirez is good, man. He's good, and his footwork, his spacing is superb. His combination is superb, and his body work is for him to be a smaller cruiserweight. He's gonna give a lot of them niggas problems. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the Opatai. He a whole different type of nigga.
yeah.
Uh, but
For now, for now.
I was still
Zondo gonna bring that
Gilberto.
pressure to him. Zondo gonna
Yeah,
bring that, and Zondo got the jaw piece too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he's only excelling too. He's only going up. So, he got he just unified. I'm pretty sure he wants another belt. So that'll be good to see.
Yo, X, if don't stand me if I'm stand me if I correct me if I'm wrong, but ain't it time for that payday for Collazo now? Ain't that the fifth title defense?
No, it was he didn't make it 5, but he said he's still expecting a Christmas bonus because
It's
he
coming.
unified. You know what I'm saying? He unified and he's now the Ring Magazine lineal minimum wage champ. So
Oscar, you gotta start that. Get out that checkbook.
Oscar's happy. He got 2 unified champions in one night. Golden Boy did their thing, and whether
Oh,
it was in
shucks. Look who's
Saudi,
here. Yo, fellas, I'm about to step off. I'll holler at y'all. Yo, Johnny, saw you, brother.
Johnny,
What's going on, my hitters?
Oh, it's my
we
man.
at the hangout spot, baby.
Johnny was goody boy.
What's good? What's good? You already know.
Yo.
Yo, I came here to personally promote the Maniac Jake Paul fight. And I'll only ask for 20%, bro. That's it.
That's
But we
Relax.
gonna make
Listen,
this shit big, bro.
everybody eating. Everybody eat. It's like Thanksgiving. It's like Thanksgiving at the crib. Everybody eating. You know,
Word, man,
everybody
word.
get
Shout
a
out-
plate. I get that bag. We all there. We listen. We negotiating all together. Like, listen, I'm gonna take the beating, but you gotta make sure my peoples eat too. And then
Yeah, we got to do the commentating.
I signed the script, bro. I get my Hollywood
Yeah, I do
on.
the commentating.
Word up.
My
Word
team gotta
up.
do. Listen, man, trust me,
Everybody gonna play a part,
we'll
man.
be good on that one. But real quick, before we let Johnny get in the kitchen, boxing
Nah, y'all do
sources
your
said
thing.
Chris
Y'all do your
Chris
thing.
Billum Smith or John Cena. He looked just like John Cena. That's true, there, man.
Shout out to the boxing source, man.
Listen,
Yeah,
man.
that fight was crazy though. Like
It was.
every
Listen,
fight,
That's a
every
big
fight
dude.
was
Pause.
yeah, he's
yeah,
tough.
man.
No, Europeans, listen, man. Once you got to remember, once it get basically 175 and up is all Europeans, bro. That's all Europeans.
68 too. Remember 68 originally? That's
yeah,
the UK. That's
That's
Scott
yeah.
Garvey. That's
But
Nigel
That's
Benn and
from
them.
that's
that's
where
from all their villages being pillaged.
yeah, they took
Know
over
what I mean?
Canelo.
That's from the Vikings back in the day. You feel me? Shout to
Yeah.
Ragnar. You feel me?
Ragnar.
Ragnar and the niggas.
Your history's in session. History.
You feel me? Yeah, man.
Oh
For
shit.
sure,
Yo,
for
we got
sure.
Bordy in the crib. Bordy.
Boy.
Boy, and
Bordy.
Mike sabe.
Yeah,
Boy,
my
he said
kids.
it. He told me, he said, X, if Amanda don't knock her out, Amanda don't win. If Amanda don't drop her, Amanda don't win. And Mike sabe,
It's
Mhm.
Yo, listen, honestly, he might pick 2 to 3 fights a year where he's wrong.
Yeah. Now Bordy's good. That's our guy, man. Shout to Bordy. So Johnny, what was your thoughts on the Riyadh season card and in its entirety? Which fight did you out of the whole card, which fight did you like the best? And what would you grade it from 1 to 10? 10 being a home run and 1 being trash.
Nah, I thought it was an excellent card, man. And to your point earlier, I don't really care where they held it at, man. They could have put it here in the backyard here in Winter Haven, where I live at by the lake. I think it would have been just as banging. In fact, I would have been there because I would have been walking distance from there. But nah, all in all, man, you can't complain when Turkey Al-Sheikh puts something together. Shout out to
Fact,
Golden Boy and him for getting this
facts.
card. I thought it was solid from up and from top to bottom. Oscar Collazo, like you guys said, he did his thing. I think he was the most impressive
Yes.
performance. The closest fight was obviously the Duarte fight with that kid. I forget his name, but
Um,
here,
but Tia
Akhmatov or some shit.
yeah,
Akhmadov. But
yeah.
Tia
That
from
was
Uzbekistan.
yeah, that was a pretty
Uzbekistan, man.
close fight. I mean, Duarte, got away with one there. That's one of those fights that, in my opinion, could have won either way. The fight that really that I was interested in seeing, and it kind of and there was a reason why I was interested in seeing it, was the Zepeda versus Farmer fight, because I thought stylistically that would be the closest thing that Zepeda would see to Shakur Stevenson, which is supposed to be the next guy he's supposed to fight. I think that's the next one on the docket. And I got to be honest with you, man, I had Farmer winning that fight. And,
Okay.
it proved to me just what I
Don't
thought.
argue that.
What was that?
I said I want to know. I'm not gonna argue that decision at all.
Yeah. I mean, it was close, but at the end of the day, it proved to me what I thought going in before he fought Farmer. Like when people were talking about Zepeda and Shakur, I was the first one to say I think Shakur smokes him. I really do. I just think that, and there's no disrespect to Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? That's no disrespect to Zepeda, but he's a puncher, he's a volume puncher, but Shakur's a different fighter. He's defensively, sound. And Farmer was the closest thing that Zepeda was going to see to Shakur, and you saw what happened there. Like I said, we're all talking about possibly Farmer winning this fight. I mean, he put him down. That shocked the hell out of me. I didn't see Zepeda going down in that fight, and I feel bad for Farmer. You know what I'm saying? This is the second fight in a row where the decision was very, very questionable. You're talking about a guy who's been through a lot in his career, has come back through adversity, and you get the feeling that boxing is just giving him the raw end of the deal, man. You saw him after the fight. He was showing emotion. So I thought he should have won that fight. That was the fight that I was looking forward to. And like I said, it showed me what I needed to see. I think, like I said, I think Shakur smokes him, in the early part of next year. And then the co-main event with Barboza and Ramirez, I thought Barboza did his thing, and it was a close fight, whatever, back and forth. Wasn't as action packed as I thought it was going to be, but we got what we got out of that. And shout out to Gilberto Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. He did his thing.
Johnny,
It was questionable on that fight.
let me ask you, Johnny, real quick. That's a pay to farmer fight that we supposed to be seeing. Shakur and Zepeda, and that was the comparison, right? This is preparation for Shakur Stevenson. Tevin Farmer and Shakur Stevenson have a lot of similarities, but they are not the same type of fighter.
No.
Tevin Farmer has that dog in him. He can fight the fight. He can box if he wants to box, He can bang if you want to bang. And Shakur isn't gonna stand there and throw that many punches with Zepeda. Now, I picked Shakur to win that fight as well. If they fight, I pick Shakur to win by a decision. I don't see Shakur dropping Zepeda. I don't see him coming nowhere near that because I don't see Shakur standing there in the pocket with him and banging with him. Tevin wasn't running. Tevin knows how to back up. He knows how to make you miss. He knows how to duck and slide right back inside the pocket. He knows how to catch and shoot with no hesitation. And he'll stay there and wait for you to come back again. He's not gonna hit you with one shot and bounce. You know,
Yeah.
like it's a good preparation. It was a good preparation for Zepeda, but I don't see that being the Shakur Stevenson type of fight.
No, you bring up a good point, and you're right. You know, stylistically, it's the closest, but they're still miles apart. Which is why I still think that Shakur wins because he's not going to stand in the pocket, you know, and trade. So he's going to use his footwork, his lateral movement. I think he's going to box.
That's how we expect him to win. That's how we expect him to win. But what Tevin Farmer did to Zepeda, I see why you had him winning the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like it was Zepeda kept throwing, he kept coming forward all night. You know, he got caught with the shot. He saw it. He's like, all right, I'm not getting caught with it again. Although he got hit with it, he didn't fold to it again, I should say. He didn't fold to it again, but it was back and forth action. You know, like that. People are like, oh, I've seen a few on the internet like, oh, Shakur stops him. Shakur's gonna knock him out. You know, and I'm like,
I wouldn't go
nah, dogs, like nothing. Nah. I just see Shakur boxing because that's what Shakur does. He does, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have to have a fighter who William Zepeda could still be the one to bring it out of him. Like no matter what, he's still gonna be in your face. He got hit with that shot, he got back up, and he was like, okay, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And he stood on Tevin Farmer's ass the rest of the night. The thing is that Tevin Farmer, he can do that. He can do that. He fought Jojo Diaz in that same type of fight. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen him in these hellacious battles.
Yeah.
You know, and there's always like people are like, oh, why would Shakur want to stand there and fight a puncher like Zepeda, a puncher like Tank? And it's like sometimes it doesn't matter whether you want to fight your fight or not. There's those fighters that bring the fight out of you. Maidana brought it out of Floyd. Castillo brought it out of Floyd. Kovalov brought it out of Ward. Mean Machine and Madrimov brought it out of Bud. You know, so those defensive wizards and those great fighters that we compare Shakur to, and we want to see him be like, they had their nights where they had no choice. The defense wasn't going to win them the fight, you know, and Zepeda still has that, you know, he still possesses that style to hopefully, force Shakur to show us that he's that dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could do that too.
Yeah. No, we'll see. You're right. Look, we know. Yeah. We know stylistically, Shakur. Our biggest take is that Shakur has been, he plays it too safe. We know Tevin Farmer, he embodies that Philly spirit, right? He's a Philly fighter. That's exactly what a Philly fighter is. If anybody wants a definition of a Philly fighter, look at Tevin Farmer fight. Regardless of what boots, the way he looked, he still brought the fight. Right, he tried.
Banger. Yeah,
these guys are warriors. That's just the spirit of Philly fighters. So whenever you get a Philly fighter in the ring, you're gonna get that kind of fight, man. And shout to Tevin, he has absolutely nothing to put his head down on. In fact, he's gonna get another big fight because he was so competitive. In fact, like Johnny said, you can make the argument he won that fight. You can't sit here and say there's no way he won that fight. So
I'm not arguing that with anybody. You feel Tevin won? I agree. He put the beats on. He put the beats on Zepeda, bro.
He brought it. So it'll be interesting to see that Shakur Zepeda fight if it happens and how it plays out, right? if Shakur's gonna play it too safe and not really let his hands go, he got to be careful because Sabera's gonna come forward the whole night, even if you hurt him. But X, right? You mentioned it, and I seen someone posted it. Tevin Farmer said that he was like, "Yo, why we ain't never get drug tested before or after the fight?"
Yeah.
So there might be
Yeah.
some funny business going on, right?
Except that man throws a lot of punches for a reason, brother. I mean, listen, that's what he had to say. I don't know. I'm not the
Yeah,
docs,
This
we
is
don't
but
know. That's
the
just
world
Shakur,
that
us.
we live
Shakur,
in, man.
there's sure gonna be some testing if he fights Shakur, especially with Tevin throwing that in the air. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let me just see real quick, and I have Buzz. Yo, Tyson and Jake fight was nasty work. Tyson and Jake was a fixed fight. Now, yeah, nasty work, Buzz. We spoke about it early, champ. Yeah, that fight,
Yeah.
we know what it was, man. That was just you
That's
know,
20 mil, baby.
it
You
was
gotta
just
That's what that
a
was.
spectacle,
20
man. It's like
million.
Radio Music City Hall, man. And
me
watching
and
the show.
Maniac, we've had this conversation. With fights like that, you gotta go in and you gotta temper your expectations.
Absolutely.
You gotta know what you're gonna expect. You can't
Mhm.
expect something that realistically is not gonna be there. So I went into that fight ready to be entertained. I thought it was going to be a glorified sparring session, and it was. You know
It
what I mean?
was.
Now the Serrano Taylor 2 fight, I went in with a totally different expectation. I was
What we
looking
knew.
for a fight of the year candidate, and I got that. So shout out to the girls, man. They brought the building down again. This
Yes.
time in front of 72 plus, man.
Yeah.
This is what they do.
Yeah.
This
And
is this is what
50.
the
And they
this is what
said
the ladies do, man.
their fight was about 50 million people view that fight. So I'm glad that the women were able to get that big of a stage, that there was that many eyes on them at that time, man. Shout to the females, man. What a
Just
fight,
I
man.
just wish there would have been 3-minute rounds instead, man.
Yeah, I know, Johnny. I've been
Not, not,
advocating.
not. I didn't want no 3 minute rounds. Not after that headbutt. That shit would have been worse. They would have had to stop that fight
No,
Yeah,
there.
but
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 it might have not have
Johnny,
even gone to that point, man. She had her hurt in the first round.
yeah, she probably would have.
Yeah, she
There
probably would
would
have
have been
finished
a
her in the
minute
first.
left.
Yeah, you're right.
She might have been able to finish her, man. She literally hurt her right before the bell.
Or at
If there would have
least
been another
dropped
minute
her.
left, right?
At
At
Katie's
least
least
got
dropped
dropped
her.
Katie.
her, which could have changed.
Katie's tough, bro. Katie's tough, man.
She
Nah,
is. She
Katie,
is.
Katie is
That
tough.
was
You know what's
that.
funny, guys?
The only thing I was disgusted with in the fight was the fact that it looked to me like Katie didn't have no other game plan for the first 4 rounds other than to land that headbutt that's gonna cause that effect, bro.
Yeah,
She was holding and headbutting for the
that
first
shit
four
was
rounds.
OD. It was
That
OD. I
shit
was
was
yelling at the TV.
intentional. That shit was
It
Yeah,
was masterwork.
intentional.
I was yelling at the TV, and I know the final punch stats had Serrano landing over 100 punches, man. But technically, when I was watching it, man, it was like a back and forth. It didn't even feel like it was that big of a difference, man. When you were watching it live, man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You got drawn
Mhm.
up with all the action and the holding, and
Yeah.
it was a great fight. It was a great fight,
Let
man.
me-
When they say sequels are never better than the first one, it doesn't always, it's not always the case, man. I think this one, was just as good, if not better than the
Yeah.
first one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
So
once in a while you get it back to back, like Gotti and
Correct.
Ward.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Katie
was
and
that
Amanda
it
have
just
that in them.
their styles are just made for each other. When if any, they'll fight 5 times and all 5 fights will be like that. Trust me, just like Pacquiao and Marquez, right? There's
Yeah.
just some fighters that, regardless, even Canelo Triple G. I just thought the third fight Triple G was already, ya estaba viejo. So
Yeah,
Canelo,
had that third fight happened sooner, I think
yes,
we get another
correct.
another part 1 and 2.
I agree. Definitely agree. So look, gentlemen, also, right? Another thing that was announced, right? We know in February, we're getting David Morrell versus, of course,
Ooh.
David Benavidez Jr. Now I see people crying about this fight, complaining what did Morrell did to warrant this fight. Man, shut your ass up. Listen, if you want to cry in the corner, go cry in the corner. We don't care. We want this fight. I want this fight, and I'm happy we get in this fight, right? Because you could say
Morrell
what you
wants this
want.
fight.
You could say what you
Morrell.
want about Morrell's resume and who has he fought. Well, listen, he's fought Cena, Becco, He's fought. Yeah, I was looking at he's fought Fox, Alante's Fox, and now people be like, "Oh, but who's that?" Well, these are fighters that have way more
Watch
fights than him.
boxing. You gotta tell them to watch
Go
boxing,
find out
Maniac.
your damn selves for once.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
no, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people picking and choosing when to say a fighter he don't deserve this fight. Why he's getting it? Nah, bro. And Benavidez is showing that you know what? That's the toughest fight out. Instead of crying, applaud it. Say you know what? He could have gone the easier route. He could have fought somebody that's beat up and
Could
got
have
stopped.
rematched David Lemieux.
No, you know what it is though, is that in this age, everybody's so used to being given the information. Like, what I mean, you could click on somewhere and somebody, oh, I could just go right here and they'll tell me. You know what I mean? People don't like to do their own digging. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day,
Hmm.
that's why they're the casuals. And we are who we
And we
are.
the hardcore, baby.
Yeah, and it ain't our
Yeah.
job. And this is a PSA for you fucking casuals too, man.
Mm,
It ain't our job to educate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's up to us to give y'all what's going on in the sport with the names that's going on with. But if y'all want to be educated on the names, then shit. Everybody's
No, we
phone
can
is smart,
educate.
ain't
We,
it?
we can educate them. Uno. We can educate them.
You
Uno.
can
It's
do
just
whatever
they,
they
they
want.
have
If they
to.
want to be, if
They
they
have to
want to
take
be educated,
recognition.
if
It's
they
only
want to
so
be
far.
educated, let
It's
them
only so
tune in
far it
every
could go.
Start
It's
Wednesday
only
doing
night.
your
so
own
far it could go.
studying. That's
Y'all heard?
all. Start doing your
It-
own studying. Stop looking for us to fucking give you the answers for the fucking SATs all the time.
I was gonna say, if they want to be educated, tell them to tune in every Wednesday night at 9:30 and watch Four Corners Cook, baby.
You
That's it, baby.
dig?
Be in that kitchen.
You know what I mean?
But look,
Maniac, I know where that was coming from,
yeah,
man, because I went back and forth with Ness on the boxing voice over this, man.
this
So I
dude.
know exactly where that's coming from.
Yeah. I felt.
God damn
Yo,
it.
I only watched it because you was on it, so I was there. I mean, I want to see. I wanted to go and just curse his ass out, bro. But anyway,
We went back and forth on
yeah,
that,
he
man.
just
I don't see
cried,
how
bro. I never seen
anybody.
a grown man cry over something, bro. Let it go, man. Elsa, let it go.
I don't see how
but check
anybody.
it. Check it out, Maniac.
So look,
Morel has been if Benavidez has been chasing a Canelo fight for so long, Morel has been chasing a Benavidez fight for so long. Since they was at
Maybe one of the
168
Liverpools.
together,
Yep.
Benavidez was interim WBA, WBC, he was interim WBA, calling
and
for a
then
fight with Benavidez. And
and then on
now
top of that,
Benavidez moves up to 75, he moved up to 75. You know what I'm saying? So
For
he's
sure.
chasing, and he got what he wanted. Finally, now he's gonna get it.
and then he only got to right hook, bro. Now I know he's a casual because Morel doesn't only have a right hook. He has a very nice. First, he's a southpaw, so he throws a very nice left cross. His straight lefts are beautiful, and he
That
changed levels very well. You can't go based on one fight, but again,
that
I'm
last
not.
fight, he didn't look, and that's what everybody's watching, though, Maniac. You know that you get
That's
judged.
not just
You get
boxing.
judged off your last performance. It's not you're only as good as your last fight. You
Listen,
get judged off your
yep.
last performance. People
And
forget
X,
everything else.
it's not even boxing. It's the world that we live in, man. We live in a "what have you done for me lately" world.
There you
You know what
go.
I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, it wasn't the most impressive performance, but I mean, his skill set can't be denied. You
No,
know,
absolutely not.
and I think that the fact that you got two guys that are undefeated in their prime, willing to put it all out in the line, in my opinion, is impressive. Now, if you want to sit there and complain that they're putting it on pay-per-view, then
That
that's an argument that, yeah,
yeah,
I mean, you're gonna have people, and this is what I explained on the Boxing Voice. I said, who am I to tell people that this isn't a pay-per-view fight? If I think it is, and I'm willing to pay for it, then I'll pay for it. If I don't think it is, then I'm not gonna pay for it. It's almost like a movie. And that's what
You
I
know,
consider boxing in a sense. Boxing to me is like a show, a movie. Like every fight card is like a movie. You're gonna have people that are gonna like this movie and they're gonna tell you, yo, this movie was banging. Or you're gonna have people that are gonna say, I didn't even feel for this movie. You know what I'm saying?
there's
I don't
movies
really
that's
like
going
it. I think
straight to
I'm gonna fire.
DVD.
Right,
There's movies that's going
exactly.
straight to DVD, and there's
So
movies that's blockbuster hits at the box office, man.
yeah.
right, exactly. So if you want to say this isn't pay-per-view worthy, I can
Copy
understand that.
heard you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
Copy
can
and
heard you.
understand.
look,
You
I
know
think
why it's pay per view? because Benavidez said, "Fuck what you heard. We gonna fight him." You know what I'm saying? We gonna
Mm.
fight him because they what? Bivol and the two top guys at 75 just came out of a big unification fight. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
guess what? We the two new dogs in here. They saying that we gonna get the winner of this gets the winner. Then let's get it. Let's
Yeah.
get it.
And
Not waste our
yeah,
time with Mickey Mouse Joes. And
yeah.
then we
No, you're
complaining
right.
about that. And then we complaining about that. Oh, this Ninja Benavidez is gonna go fight David Lemieux again at 175 now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah. This is what I would say. The price, right? If that's gonna be like a $90 pay-per-view, I don't think that pay-per-view is gonna do well.
$50, bro. $50,
It's
man.
steep. Yeah, but
Yeah,
the only problem with that, X, is that PBC doesn't have a track record of $50 pay-per-views, man.
yeah.
Everything has
No,
been
no, of course.
Yeah.
$79.
But this
You
is
know,
You know what I'm
that's
when
saying?
what
when
Like
when
the track
Turkey
record is like,
look, let's
when
but let's
Turkey said $20 pay-per-views, I'm like, nah, that's too low. You know, like you can't sell yourself too short neither,
well
but you
he
that was a
can.
can because he
that
got
was a
the money.
one-shot deal though, right? Because the
He
next one was 40. He
40 and
was like,
50 is good. We need to go
he was
back
like,
to the
nah.
40 and $50
Those are
pay-per-view
fine.
days,
I like
unless it's the super fight, bro.
He gave
Unless
y'all one.
it's the super fight.
yeah,
And there aren't many super fighters in boxing. We're
fact.
trying to create new super fighters. You know,
So
and David Benavidez is trying to take that push. You know, he's trying to take that fucking
Correct.
ascensive to become a superstar. But no, I mean, becoming a superstar also means it comes with a lot more, man. Comes with a lot more activity being one.
so
Absolutely.
X, listen, we got the undercard. The undercard's official. That's what I want to just go through. We don't have to, you know, break it down to the science, but
It's a good one.
the co-main event is the rematch between Brandon Figueroa, the Heartbreak Kid, versus Stephen Fulton. No more Cool Boy. It's Scooter now, right? It's Scooter. He wants to
Scooter,
go as.
that's his
Um,
name.
they fought at 122. Hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. Um, Stephen Fulton got the victory. Definitely a fight they could have gone either way. Now they rematching at 126. Do we see a different outcome, or this time we see somebody winning more definitively? Because Fulton looked like he was struggling a little bit his first fight at 126. That doesn't mean he's gonna look the same. He might look better against Figueroa. But just right off the rip, with the fight being announced, who do you guys like just off the bat without really have to breaking it down?
I
Like
like the
Uno
fight.
Burn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Uno.
Yeah, nah. At this weight, uh, I don't know, man. With either one of them, as close to fight was last time, it could go either way. I think
Hmm.
Figueroa was more settled at the weight, but I like the way he fought to end his last fight. So I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see. I like to see the press conferences and shit. So I'm not leaning either way right now.
Copy. So go ahead, Johnny.
I like the fight on paper. I would have loved to see it immediately after the first one instead of
Yeah.
3 years later. But I think again, I'm with Uno. We'll kind of let this one marinate. First impression is I think Figueroa beats him this time. But again, it's kind of too close or too early to call. But I like the fight on paper. I do. I think stylistically they're going to probably fight the same type of fight. It's hard not to fight that fight against Figueroa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
He's gonna
like,
take the fight to you. You're gonna have to fight him. He's one of them
correct.
dudes you're gonna have to fight.
And like I mentioned with Tevin Farmer, where's Tevin Farmer from? Which city?
Philly.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And Stephen Fulton is no exception to the rule. He's another one that he's not known for his power, but he's not afraid to bang, man. So he's not gonna back away from Figueroa, man. And plus, they know each other. He's already fought 12 rounds with him, so this is not a fight that he has to. I just think he needs to be in shape because he's gonna have to be ready to go 12 rounds and bang. Because Figueroa is gonna come forward the whole night. He's gonna try to wear him down, body shots. So he's gonna have to be in shape, man, for that fight. Scooter. Also, we have the return of Pitbull. Isaac Cruz. So we're not getting the rematch with Rayo, at least not immediately, maybe down the line. He's taking on a fellow Mexican in Angel Fierro. Now, I know I seen Angel fight. Off the bat, I don't, there's no fight that stands out. I have to just
The
box
name,
like,
the name rings. The
yeah,
name rings. You got to go back and check where was it that we seen him. You know.
yeah. So, he's what? He's 22 and 2, 17 night quills, and 2 draws. And of his 2 losses, he's never been stopped. So you already know.
Sounds warrior to me, man.
Yeah, so I think that him and Pitbull could be a fight where they could steal the night based on their styles. And then what we got? The last one, the opener is gonna be Jesus
Almost.
Ramos, who's the
Ooh.
brother of Abel Ramos, who just fought Mario Barrios on the undercard of the Netflix. He's going up against Bananas,
Rosario.
Jason Rosario. This guy got more lives than a cat.
Yeah.
He can get an opportunity, man. I
Yeah.
like Abel Ramos in that fight. I think he gonna finish Rosario. But if Rosario come in, J Rock Rosario, then hey, we don't know.
That shit was one night only, you heard?
Oh,
That was one night only.
it was a one night stand. X, that's it, man.
That's all it takes for you to have a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it takes for you to have a baby, bro. That's all it takes for you to get the championship, baby. One night. And, this is why we don't say, you can't just put shit past anybody. But Banana, this might be it for him because Ramos comes to fight. And Banana comes to fight too. That's the thing about him too. Like, you can say what we say about him, but Banana doesn't fucking hold back neither. You punch him in his face, he's ready to punch you in your face.
Yeah, definitely. So how y'all feel about that on the card right there?
Yeah, the
cool
card is
card.
good. It's a good card. It's a good card. Go hold off. It's not
Solid, yeah,
over,
it's cool.
but it's fights that that should be entertaining. So
Has potential, right? So
Pitbull's gonna entertain. You got Pitbull on your card. You got some sales. That's ticket sales. That's viewership and entertainment.
all right. So now that we got the undercard, obviously the main event. What is your prediction on the pay-per-view numbers? How many buys do they do?
Nothing, bro.
yeah, I don't
Nothing.
even look into it. I don't even. That's not my department. You know what I'm
We not
saying?
gonna go into that one, man. We not gonna
I'm not
go into
even.
that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's what I'm
tell
saying. It's
you.
so far away. It's far away anyway. We got, you know what I'm saying? It could build up maybe.
Yeah, but
Maybe some names could switch up. You never know. Maybe
That
they could
shit
switch up
ain't
some
doing.
names.
it's
That shit ain't
February.
doing nothing,
Maybe
man.
they could add another fight. Something can happen. You know what I'm saying? But
The
right now,
prelims, I'm sure the prelims are gonna be good too, because
it is what it is with
PBC,
that shit. It is what
they've
it
been
is,
doing
man.
their thing with the prelims.
I say 250 at
Mm.
max. At max.
I
At
say, I
max.
bet you 250. That 250 doesn't even come close.
So I'm with
Yo,
X on this one, Maniac, man. Unless
that shit
this is
ain't
a
going nowhere, man.
$25, $40 charge, I don't see
Word.
them doing over 150.
Unless they're giving you some rebate, some mail-in rebate. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. That shit ain't going nowhere.
I
That's
think it's
something
gonna be
boxing should think about doing though. Being that Amazon and DAZN and all these guys, like you got subscriptions and shit. Like, people are subscribed, they order pay-per-view shit. Send them in your package, bro, with some hats and some t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like make the people feel good about getting something back in return for ordering a $90 fucking pay-per-view that $80 pay-per-view that wasn't
good
it's not
idea.
worth $80. Can I get some gloves signed by a fighter or something? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
do something for the people.
So
That's a
listen.
great idea.
Yeah, before we wrap it up, last topic here. So as we know, the Tank Roach fight has been moved, right? It's not going down in December anymore. It's being moved to March 1st. That's the date and
Hope it stays
location
there.
Location has been rumored to be in New York City at the Barclays Center. Said it. That fight belongs in only two places. It's either in the DMV or here in NYC. And I'll be in the building. I'm pretty sure my team, we going to be in there.
That you could bet 250 on that, my ninja. You heard?
So what do you guys think?
I want to know. I want to know, is Johnny gonna be in the building, man? Is he gonna finally? Johnny comes back to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
His old stomping grounds.
Old stomping grounds, man. I used to live in that joint. So you could make that bet that if they announce that, the hangout spot will be in the building with four corners. First, baby.
You heard
the hangout spot will be in the building with y'all.
And I'm gonna promise you one thing. You come here, you're getting your apron, bro. Because your apron, you're getting your apron. Yo, hey, you got did you gotta do Unos? You gotta do Unos and Mo's.
I got him. I forgot to give it to them in Philly, bro. You know, he's running around doing everything. I had them shits, him and Mo. I had both their joints.
Yeah.
But fucking everything else, you already know, Ninja got caught up and forgot to bring them to him. But I got their joints.
Copy, man. So look, real quick. So we know that fight, and there's they also kind of have the so these are the rumored to have it card on that tank. Jose Venezuela and Rayo versus Gary Antoine Russell.
Woo! Tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
Fuego. Fire.
Yeah. So then also we got Moore's coming back, right? That's the older brother, right? The undefeated. He's fighting my man Thomas Lamana. What's his nickname?
Tony the Tiger, aka Cornflake Lamana. Cornflake. You heard? He's about to get eaten up like some mother. The lion, the real Frosted Flake lion is coming to eat him up.
Nah, that nigga's the rooster. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, niggas forget that Cornflakes had the rooster, man. You know what I'm saying? Word up.
Yeah. Frosted Flakes is the tiger.
Yeah. Right. Cornflakes got the rooster that ain't even speak yet. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't start speaking until Tony. Then the rest of the niggas everybody started talking. You feel me?
And then the opener is looking like Iamanis Stanionis, which is a world champion at 147.
Oh, word? They found him?
Shakra Giyasov, a Russian or Uzbekistan.
Giyasov. Yeah, he fucking Uzbekistan, I think.
Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah.
Listen,
you got to be tough with a name like that. You know,
that's another.
You got no choice. You got no choice.
That's another solid undercard. You know, action pack. I think that
undercard better than the.
It is.
Benavidez. I think the gimme is the Charlo fight. I think I'll bet whatever Charlo wins that fight. The other one could go.
Rayo and Antoine is the fight of the night right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, that fight gonna be crazy.
Antoine getting a title shot right after coming off an L.
Two in a row.
You feel me? I like that though. And people are gonna complain. How is this guy getting a title shot? You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? He's in the stable. Now, if they keep him on the shelf, we complaining that he's on the shelf. I don't give a fuck. Give him a title shot against Rayo. Let's keep this shit rolling.
Stylistically, you know why he's gonna bring, man. But listen, man. First of all, shout to everybody that was in the chat, man. Johnny, you know, you family, you always welcome here. You come with your chancletas on. Yo, you open up the fridge, you don't need no permission. You go right in the fridge, go get a Corona, go ahead. Make yourself a sandwich anytime you come into the Four Corners kitchen, bro. Of course, shout to anytime, brother.
La cocina, papá.
La cocina. No,
I already know, man. Y'all family, man. Y'all family.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. And of course, my brother Uno, fight night and the heavyweight champ, man. Tune in every Wednesdays. Actually, Johnny, 9 p.m. We started 9:15, but we're trying to do 9 p.m. until we get a official location. Once we get a new location, we'll be back live in studio.
Yo, what we got? What we got? What we got this weekend?
We got SpongeBob versus Patrick.
Yeah, it's quiet, right?
We got OTX Friday. OTX Friday.
OTX Friday. My boy Nathan Lugo is on the card. OTX on Friday. Nathan Lugo is on the card.
Let me see. ESPN.
Copy.
I think there's like one card. Let me see. There's a fight in Paris. There's a Bakary Samaki versus Wade Ryan on ESPN Plus on Saturday.
Okay. So basically, we can take the weekend off. Enjoy yourself. Make plans. Make plans with the family. Exactly. Yeah. Get your time in. Get your time in now.
Look,
you know what I mean?
2 weeks after that, though, the next 2 weeks on the 30th, we get the return of Sonny Edwards. He'll be taking on Galal Yafai. He's an Olympic. That's going to be.
And then the Ochoa nigga, right? And the Ochoa after that?
No, it's Yafai he's fighting. Not Ochoa.
No, the next week.
Oh, then the next week is Navarrete,
Valdez,
and
we in December, we in December.
And Paro.
Yeah, Paro too. So that's what I'm saying. So use this weekend right here to take care of all your, you know what I mean? Because boxing is really back the weekend after.
The wifeys can't complain this weekend. It's all to them.
They still going to They still going to
my brother.
Y'all cooking next week? Because next week is next Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving? We could get a little. We'll see how it goes because ain't gonna be nothing to talk about, really.
No,
something will pop up between now and then, rumor wise.
We'll figure it out.
All
right, y'all.
Later.
Fellas, peace out, fellas. Good shit, man. Another good week.
Yes, sir.
Another good week of boxing, man. Blessings, my haters.